you trying to dominate your fantasy football league? Do you want so many championship rings it's impossible to sign autographs? Well, crack open a beer, pour yourself a glass of bourbon, and settle in, because you've come to the right place. Welcome to Hammercast.
Welcome to a special edition of the Double D's podcast and an episode here on YouTube. And that's our series for Devy players that we're looking out for the 2024 class. We've gone over their quarterbacks. We've gone over running backs. Now we're going over one of my favorite positions, which is the 2024 Devy wide receivers. And again, some of you guys out there are not degenerates like everybody else. So you probably don't know maybe some of the guys coming in. So I like to include a couple well-known guys, another person maybe you don't know, and guys that I think that are currently being drafted a little lower than I would expect, and guys that I definitely would take a shot on. So our first guy here is Destyn Hill. Now, Destyn Hill is a 6 foot, 200-pound receiver from Louisiana. He was a 4A state champ down there in Louisiana in 2019. Prep school stats are kind of hard to come by for him. I only got the ones that he posted. He has 54 receptions, 1,047 yards, and 14 touchdowns. He's currently the wide receiver 20, according to 247 Sports. That's where he finished. And he chose Florida State to go to school. And I think that was a great choice. And we're going to mention that. I'm going to talk about that. But he chose Florida State, which needs talent. And I think that was a great option for him to go to. As far as his scouting profile, when I watch his tape and I'm looking at his tape and what he can do as a receiver, route running is key. I think he's a very good route runner. He's not refined, but he definitely has that ability. Contested catches, this kid makes all those 50-50 grabs, catches the ball at the highest point. He's an aggressive receiver. He's got that kind of it factor when you're looking at for it. He definitely has yak potential. So when you're looking at him, this dude can take it to the house. You're going to watch his first play here in a minute when we show the highlights. This guy is definitely yak potential right now all over him. That's why I think he's going to be excellent in the slot. I think the highest ceiling for him is a slot receiver, but I think he can play on the outside too because of his straight line speed and his versatility. But I think it's both. I think he's got both kind of skills here. I think he's a versatile kind of athlete, and he's a straight line speed guy. He's someone that can really step up and really, really do a lot of great things for your team. So let's take a look at his high school film. So you'll see here this first play. That's what I'm talking about. Easy little hitch route, but he's going to take this thing and he's just going to take it to the house. And this is his yak ability. This is what he's going to bring. He's an athlete. He's someone out here that I think is going to be able to do well at Florida State, especially with, their offense that they have, the lack of receivers that they have. He'll come in. There's that straight line speed I was talking about. Okay, that's what he's going to bring you. He's going to be able to stress the defense. He has that ability to get off the line quick. And again, you'll see it here. Just a straight line catch and run. Now, again, defense. We're always talking about, hey, how can they compete against, high school level talent? Look at this speed. Now, again, that corner doesn't look like he's going to be a college corner, but he has that speed to break and a take, and then he can take it to the house. There we go. Another broken tackle, taking it to the house. So when you're looking at what he can do from an offensive perspective, it's everything you want to see. Again, you'll see it here. Again, he breaks free again. It's hard to see the release. I actually think his release is legit. Like, his release is something that I like to see from a press perspective, that he can do it. And again, he gets that ball and he's gone. He is one of the fastest kind of receivers I've seen when I've been watching this tape, besides the next guy that we're talking about, JoJo Earle. Again, 50-50 balls, catches at the highest point. He does a very good job of getting out that line. He does a good job of giving his quarterback a great target. He can go up and make the catches. He's got really good eye discipline, as you saw right there. The thing about watch, too, when he gets off the line, watch his hips. I mean, his hips are just fantastic. Again, this is what he can do. And his yak ability is there. Look at that speed. And he's gone. And you can notice that about him. I love that he went to Florida State. They lost, Tamir and Terry, some other guys that have come in there. They need an influx of talent. It is not inconceivable that Destyn Hill sees that field early. And now that they have McKenzie Milton there, who looked very good in their spring game, I could see Destyn Hill really stepping up. McKenzie Milton and him having that connection, if they can get him on that field, and they can use him in a variety of ways. They can use him, I think, in swing passes, screens. Getting him the ball. Norvell loves this kid. I know that he does. I looked at his recruiting profile. He really targeted this kid. This is a guy that could step up and be very good in that offense. So, again, everything about kind of Destyn Hill screams value. Right now, I've seen him go. It depends on who's in there. If my good friend Austin Dietz is in your draft, he's going early. If he's not in your draft, you probably get him around, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, in that range. I think that's where he's going for these freshman receivers. Some other guys are going a lot earlier, and he's a guy that you can take at his ADP and have a value for rather than maybe reaching on a freshman wide receiver. And he has a quick route to playing time. So when we're talking about campus to Canton, this is a kid that has, talent, wide receiver 1 talent that may get on the field early and has Mackenzie Milton, who's a better quarterback, or even Chuba Purdy if he gets the start, but probably going to be Mackenzie Milton if I had to guess. And so now you have a Heisman level quarterback before his injury, and you have Destyn Hill out here. I think that's a match made in heaven for these guys. So Destyn Hill is definitely a guy to keep an eye on when you go. Now, my next guy is, he is so fun to watch. JoJo Earle. He's 5'9", 170. I'll be honest. Alabama has a great wide receiver recruiting class coming in. Ja'Cory Brooks, I.G. Hall, all these different guys. JoJo has moved up my rankings. This kid can flat out play, guys. His prep school stats, he had 210 receptions, 3,600 yards, 39 touchdowns. 169 attempts rushing, 1,200 yards, and 26 touchdowns. This dude's an athlete. This guy is so special to watch, and we're going to watch him on tape here in a little bit. But gosh, man, this kid is just flying up draft boards. I saw him go in the 5th round recently, so you're not going to be able to get him cheap. But gosh, he could step in and be such a weapon. And the way Saban kind of has run his offense, I think that he could be a weapon, versatile, kick return, whatever he's doing here. 26 touchdowns rushing. He's going to Alabama, and they actually have some influx of talent, and they have some openings up. Now, who's going to basically step forth in that league? Who knows? But when you're looking at their depth chart that they have right now, when you look at wide receivers, hey, I like Javon Bacon. I love John Mechie. Slade Bolden is there. You got some other guys that are kind of there. But I really think that guys like this freshman class, one of these guys is going to pop. Now, who would it be? Probably JoJo. Now, his yak potential is huge. Okay, versatile. Blazing speed. I mean, when you watch this tape, I just laugh at what he made defenders happen to defenders out there. Great eye discipline. He can catch. I think what separates him is people just think he's a straight line guy, fast guy, with all this type of things. He's not. Okay, he's got great eye discipline. He has hands, and he creates separation. I think one of the things that is underrated about him is his ability to create separation in space. So let's watch him. Okay. And again, this is a kid that I absolutely love. So you can see him here. Great eye discipline. He's not just a burner. He can attack. They can get it to him in space, and he makes guys miss. I mean, he just is fast. And you can tell right here his yak ability. Look at that cut. I mean, if you're watching this tape and not get excited about what you see there, as an Alabama fan, I would be ecstatic. Now, here's him running up at running back. I mean, again, will he do this pro college? Probably not, but they can get him involved in the middle ways. Again, they'll dump pass over the middle, crossing route, and he's going to be gone. There's no one that can catch him at this level. And in college, you never know. Look at that catch, straight across his body, diving for balls. This kid could be special. And when I say special, I mean really special. You could see him being the next great Alabama wide receiver. And I know he's not your prototypical Julio guy. He's going to be better than Ruggs. As much as I love these other guys that have come there, I mean, he's something that maybe Alabama's never really had. And they've had these guys that are very fast, okay? And I understand that. And they had Devonta Smith, Heisman winner. But this kid is a next-level athlete. This kid is just – and I love Waddle, but, man, this kid can really play. I think he can catch well. They put him on the outside. He can line up in the slot. He's a versatile guy. Look at that route. I mean, he's there, catches in the middle, gets awareness of the defense, and gets it in there. Again, they use him a lot here, and I'm going to guarantee you Alabama uses him on a bunch of crossing routes over the middle. If you get him there, he's going to score. This guy has big play potential written all over him, but he also has the ability to make people miss in close, okay, in space. Here he is at Wildcat, and you could maybe see Alabama do this. So if I'm in a Campus Canton League, this is my guy because I think he's going to score a ton of points. And, again, you're going to notice him here. I wanted to put this play on the film. They get him on the outside. It's a great play design, obviously, but just watch him. He sees the field well. He reads the field well. He knows he's going to the middle field, and there's no one going to catch him. He has that much space. You are not catching this kid. Again, lines up at running back. Again, he's going to make your first guy miss. Boom, scores a touchdown. He's just playing with him at this point. High school is too easy for this young man. Again, you look at that route, though. Catch him at the highest point. I think he's underrated there. And, again, breaking tackles, finishing on the sideline. Just what he can be able to do as a receiver is just something that I absolutely love. And right now, like I said, he's going higher on draft boards. You're going to have to reach. But if you're reaching for a freshman wide receiver who actually at Alabama is going to need a little bit of a talent influx there, take JoJo Earle. He's that guy. He is that dude. And I honestly, he's now my Alabama wide receiver one of this freshman class that they got in. He is that guy that I will take over those other guys that they bring in, Corey Brooks, G. Hall, all those different groups that they have coming in there. I want JoJo Earle, and I've adjusted my rankings, and I've done it, and that's just who I want. I think that he's very talented receiver. They can use him a lot of different ways, and he's versatile. Now, the third guy that we're going to be talking about is Troy Franklin. Now, if you watch the Quarterback Devy YouTube channel video that I did, I definitely take a look at that. I talked about Ty Thompson. And then I said, hey, man, they got this guy named Troy Franklin. Now, Troy Franklin is a Cali kid, so I got to give him a shout-out out here from Cali. You know, his practical stats, 102 receptions, 1,790 yards, and 28 touchdowns. He was the wide receiver 3. So of these groups, he is the highest rated wide receiver of the 3 that we're talking about. Oregon, he's going to Oregon, who has a monster class. I'm so excited to watch Oregon football play again. You know, he has top end speed. So when you see his scouting profile and what he kind of can do, and when you're looking at what he can do as a player, hey, you know what? He's a return specialist with that top end speed. Okay, he scores a lot of touchdowns in the return game, and you'll notice that as we go through it. He's got big play potential written all over him. Oregon needs a big play receiver. As much as I love Mekhi Pittman and these other guys that are coming there, Troy Franklin is that guy. And so he has an excellent release. And that's not something that you usually see from a player his age. Even when he got pressed, you could tell that he has that great release. And that's what I look for with receivers. How well can they get off the line when they're getting pressed? He has it. And his yak ability. He's going to be able to take these things deep, and he's going to be able to break these plays. You'll notice that's a trend with me, especially with wide receivers. Can they take that next level? Okay, I don't like possession receivers. They're great. I mean, they're nice. We need them. But give me the big play guys. Give me the guys that are special, especially at this age when we're talking about young freshman wide receivers. So you'll see it here. Again, just straight streak. Okay, it was nothing special in terms of his route, but you'll just notice how fast he is. I do also like the way he plays. He got a little intangibles. He's got a little showmanship, but I like that. Again, crossing route, going to get the ball in space, and you'll see his speed right here. I mean, they have no shot. I mean, those weren't bad angles. I mean, they're not amazing angles, but they weren't bad angles. Again, on the goal line, and he's a goal line threat, especially with Ty Thompson now that they have thrown the ball. He's going to go get at that highest point. Absolute fantastic athlete. Absolute fantastic everything. Again, you'll see it here as a return specialist. You know, they're going to use him in a variety of ways. Now, it depends on what your fantasy league does with Devy or you know, C2C leagues, especially C2C leagues. Can you get points for that? But I still think it gives him on the field. You'll notice him here, just, you know, streaks. He has that ability to find the red zone. So the biggest thing about him is he's going to score touchdowns. You're going to get him the ball in space. Now, he has a different profile than JoJo, which we just mentioned. He's taller, lengthier, but he's got similar speed, and that just makes him more aggressive. You'll see it here. Hitch route, okay, makes the first guy miss. He's going to get another shot. You'll notice that he blocks. And I think when I say intangibles, this is why I like George Pickens so much, is because he has that dog in him. He's going to fight. Troy Franklin has that dog. He's going to get up, go get the ball. You'll see that there, highest point. He's going to block. He's going to do whatever he needs to win football games. And you can tell that he has that competitiveness. Now, how can he control it? That's always the question with these guys. Can they control it, right? When we think of wide receivers, guys like George Pickens, he's had his up and downs, but I still love it. I think he can control it. He's going to go to a great system in Oregon. He'd go into a great spot. I love his just tenacity. That's what my old varsity coach used to say. You need that tenacity. Franklin has that. And I think that when we look at kind of wide receivers, now, where's he going? He's going like in the 8, 9, 10 range. So he's going to similar to Destyn Hill. So and it's weird because he is wide receiver 3, but he's not going as high as maybe JoJo. Okay, JoJo's going a little higher than him. So I think he still has a great ability. I think in Devy leagues, he's going even later. So I recently saw one. I think he went in the 10th round in the Devy league, and C2C is going a little earlier because I think he's going to early production. It's going to bump him up a little bit. And you have a potential for that wide receiver 1 type caliber at 3 years. So again, these are all long shots. When we're talking about freshman wide receivers, you have to be very careful with how you draft what you draft him for. But these 3 guys have something that I think are special. Yak ability, versatile, straight line speed, can create separation, all those things. These guys are that receiver. And all 3 of these guys could see very early playing time, depending on if they can break out of spring camps. It's something to look for, spring football, and watch what they're doing. But I love all 3 of these guys. I think these 3 guys are definitely people that you're going to have to take account for when you start drafting in your leagues. And especially if you haven't already, get them now. Okay, these are 3 freshmen I'm willing to take that risk on. So just to recap, we got Destyn Hill, 6 foot, 200-pound wide receiver, going to Florida State. JoJo Earle, 5'9", 170 pounds, going to Alabama. Absolutely love this kid. He might be he's creeping up, guys, into my all-time rankings of this class. So I would hesitate not to put him in my top 5. That's how highly I am on him. That's just what I see from that film. It pops, and it just has something there, okay? And then Troy Franklin, who I, as a Cali person, as someone who knows him, I've kind of been around him the last couple of years, just hearing his name, seeing his tape. As a coach in this state, I hear good things about him. I absolutely love Troy Franklin. I think he's going to be great at Oregon. He's going to bring Oregon back into that glory land. I really do. I think that's going to be there. So there are 3 guys that I would definitely target in your leagues. I appreciate you watching for this. Our next episode is going to be tight ends, my favorite. So, if you like what you're seeing, make sure you subscribe, hit that like button. Always reach out to me on Twitter at @DuBois_22. If you have any questions of Devy, I'm here to help you guys. That's why we're here. That's why we're doing this. That's why we're basically building this for you guys. So we appreciate you guys. Hit that like button, and I will see you guys later.
Did you get all that? If not, make sure you head over to Hammercast.com, subscribe, and join the Hammer Nation. Until next time, keep grinding.